Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. The game that teaches us that June's heartbeat is apparently really soothing. Why is my microphone so sensitive today? Why is it being sensitive? Why are you being sensitive, microphone? Ah! There we go. It's good enough. Anyways, let's just hop right in. Yuuichi-san? Yeah? Before June has even finished calling out my name, I'm already looking right at him, hoping to whatever gods are up in the sky that he has something to say that will break the awkward atmosphere over us. You already know. You already know. It's exam week. And I forgot. Again. I'm sorry. You stopped writing. A few hours later. By the time the bell rings to signal the start of our lunch break, I'm lost in my thoughts, a million miles away from our lesson. I'm so sorry. It isn't until some of my classmates start getting up and out of their seats that I even notice something has happened. Oh man, I didn't catch any of that. I turned to June, laughing awkwardly and joking about my lack of attention, only to find the tiger flicking through his notebook with a frown. What's up with that? Why are you all scrunchy? I'm trying to make sense of some of my notes, but I can't understand what I wrote. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, your penmanship could use some work. You haven't even looked at the notes in question. You could at least pretend that you're surprised before you see them. Sorry, but I've seen enough of them when I tutored you before. Your penmanship is pretty bad. Ugh. Still, this is a first. I've never seen you care about your notes like this before. I do want to pass, after all. I can't have people dragging me just so I can get a bare minimum passing grade. Fair point. Do you need help? Didn't you just hear what I said? The point is to not need help. Yeah, yeah. And yet, here we are. Can I take a quick look at Ayako-san's notes real quick so I can make sense of this part? Yeah, sure, take your time. Thanks. Huh, this really is a first. I usually would have to basically force Jun to sit down and study. I did notice yesterday that he seemed to be focusing on class a little more. I even caught him taking notes way more than usual, though I didn't think too much about it at the first time. Is there a chance that this isn't just a fluke? Is this real? Did I get hit by a car and then wake up in a parallel universe and that is only slightly different from my own? Am I currently living in the world's lamest isekai? Oh, I see what it was supposed to say now. Jun quickly scribbles something down on his notebook. Some kind of chicken scratch addendum on the margins of the page to clarify what he wrote. I don't want to say that writing in even smaller letters using his already established terrible penmanship is a bad idea, but... Okay, all good. Thank you for the help. No problem. June passes me back the notebook the class rep had lent me, and I try my best to act like I wasn't judging his choices just now. Baby steps, I guess. You don't become good at studying overnight. While we're trading a few words between ourselves, I notice Yuuichi, Saya, and Keisuke arriving from the corner of my eye, trading a few greetings while they start pulling desks together. How are you doing today, Yuuichi-san? I'm fine. I feel a lot better now that I'm back at school. I was going crazy without anything to do before.
Yes, well, I'm sure it must be good to be able to settle back into a rhythm.
You have no idea. Yuuichi is getting his strength back much faster than I expected too. We had some trouble yesterday getting him up and down the stairs, but today was much easier. He barely needed any help. Oh yeah, I noticed that too. He didn't even get winded today. I do go up and down the stairs a few times a day when I'm home. It's good practice. You should be resting. Resting is boring. Rest is literally what the doctor ordered. He also told me to slowly start introducing a few exercises to gain back my strength, which, mind you, are working. You said it yourself, I barely needed any help getting up the stairs today, and by the time I go home today, I won't need any help going down either.
You can't just decide to...
That's alright, Keisuke, let him. If he thinks he can handle it, then let him do whatever he wants.
What? But...
Keisuke-san, it really is fine.
What is going on here?
I'm asking myself the same thing. I noticed Jun and Yuuichi sharing glances just like they did yesterday. Definitely something feels a little fishy. For one thing, they are being way too accommodating. Is this really the same Shuichi who fought me because of a remote just a few days ago? If you both think that's for the best, then I guess I won't say anything. Just be careful, okay? Don't overdo it and end up hurting yourself. It's fine, I will obviously stop if I feel pain or discomfort. I'm not a moron. Besides, I hate lying around all day. I had enough of that at the hospital. I get restless.
Not surprising. You're used to being very active. You must be crawling up the walls not being able to follow your regular routine.
Yeah, I can deal with it. It's not that hard to stay distracted.
If you say so.
Come on, don't be like that, Keisuke. You're going to make Yuichi self-conscious. We're all trying to stay positive here, right, Yuichi?
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
You know, if you're so worried, you could let Yuichi borrow one of your consoles. You have all the latest systems, including ones with lots of exclusive games that Yuichi-san can't play. That could help him stay distracted when he's home.
Huh. That's not a bad idea. I hadn't thought of that.
Yuichi-san isn't usually the game borrowing type, so I don't blame you for not thinking of it. You guys really don't need to worry about me that much. I'm perfectly capable of entertaining myself. Come on, Yuichi-san, it's no big deal. It's just games. Despite Jun's somewhat easygoing tone, I can more or less extrapolate his actual intent based on some of the things he's told me over the past few days. Let people help you, you ding-dong. Or at least that's the gist of it. The ding-dong part might not be quite as accurate. Alright, why don't you recommend something you like, Jun? You play lots of RPGs, right? Those are good time sinks. Oh, I can think of a few. Okay, maybe we leave this part of the conversation for later. Some of us would like to actually talk instead of listening to a monologue for the entirety of our lunch break. Fooey. What? Despite Sai's quick interjection to deflate Jun's nerd boner before it can properly get going. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's just... Nerd boner. Nerd boner. I'm going to need some time to properly... just... Nerd boner. What the fuck? Hang on. I gotta write this one down. Just... What? Just let that sink in. Just nerd boner. Nerd boner. Nerd boner. Nerd boner. Okay, I am done talking about nerd boners now. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck. Despite Sai's quick interjection to deflate Jun's nerd boner before it can properly get going, the mood on the table seems to be overall good. Even better than yesterday, it seems. Even with all that's happened over the past few weeks, I feel a sense of normalcy again. Hiya! Fuck! Feel a sense of normalcy again. It's nice. By the way, Sai-chan, there's something I just remembered. I was supposed to ask yesterday, but I kind of forgot. Yeah? Well, did you stop and quit the tennis club yesterday, right? I forgot to ask, what happens now? I mean, my quitting is pretty set in stone, but you're going to need someone to take over my position, aren't you? Oh!
But we don't need to talk about that right now.
Come on, you guys. There's no reason to keep acting all weird about it. It's something that happened. We all have to deal with it. You don't need to be so awkward about it. I wouldn't bring it up if it were a problem. That's easy for... I'm sorry, are you really about to say that's easy for you to say? Crap! I didn't... Relax, I'm poking fun at you. You don't need to get so tense. Sorry. Seriously, you guys, I'm trying to stay optimistic. I keep myself occupied and find other things that I can do, but that doesn't mean it isn't an adjustment. I've got my hands full managing my own shit right now. Please don't make me responsible for managing your feelings on the matter as well. That's a really good point. I didn't realize we were doing that. You don't need to be so awkward all the time. Life goes on, yada yada yada. Just play ball with me and talk to me like normal. Play ball with me? That's an unfortunate choice of words. Oh, you're right. My bad. No, Shokun, don't laugh at that. That's awful. I'm sorry. It was just so out of nowhere.
I'm stumped. I don't know what to say.
I can tell. The look on your face is indescribable.
I will admit it. We have been trying to steer conversation away from anything related to, you know.
No shit. It was only incredibly obvious. I appreciate it, but if I want to get my life back to normal, I can't keep acting like such a big part of it is some kind of landmine, especially when it's such a big part of you guys' lives. I want to be able to talk normally about it.
That's completely fair. You're right, Yuuichi-san.
Hang on. I'm still trying to, like, process nerd boner. June places a hand on my back, smiling wryly at me in an attempt to show support. Well, if you really want to know, Keikun and I have been talking about what we do when... the point is, since Keikun is going to be captain next year, we decided to make him the new vice captain.
Yeah.
Nice, that was a good choice. Actually, now that I think about it, it was the only choice. Most of the other team members are even less involved than I am, and Keikun is the only other guy in the club that can play at a somewhat high level. Yeah, that was the thought process behind it. I'm glad you agree. Well, I'm glad that that's settled. At least it's one less thing for me to worry about. You're taking this a lot better than I thought you would. I don't know how to process it. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to do something that I'm probably going to regret. This. But I don't give a shit. Let me just disconnect from the Wi-Fi. And I am going to Google it. Nerd boner. Alright. We have a definition for it. Here we go. Here it is. On my phone. There it is. Nerd boner. The act of getting a proverbial boner over something that is really nerdy. Example, Derek has a giant nerd boner over his World of Warcraft character. Yeah. It's all right there. I just read it word for word. Word for word. Just nerd boner. I am never going to... I don't even know anymore. Because I'm 20 years old. And this is the life I've chosen. Oh well. I'm not made of glass, you know. Yeah, fucking stings, but what else am I supposed to do? It's not like I have any kind of choice. Besides, I'd be lying if I said I had any real attachment to the title of vice captain in the first place. Gah! I spent a long time preparing myself for the hard, awkward conversation. I don't know how to deal with the nonchalant Yuichi-kun. Hiya. Sorry I'm taking things well. I can try to fake cry if that would make you feel better. Please don't. Aw. Here I thought I might start preparing for when I pursue a career in acting. So not funny. Sho-chan! Sorry. This is good. You is not made of ass. You is made of glass. Except he isn't. This is good. If I can convince him to stop worrying and fussing over me so much, I'll feel a lot better. Having everyone on top of me all the time and treating me like I might break at a moment's notice is suffocating. I hate it. The sooner everyone starts acting normal, the better. So, Mr. Vice Captain, how do you feel about your sudden promotion?
Me? Why are you...
You're not secretly celebrating your newfound chance to prove yourself, are you? Because that would be quite a devious thing.
I would never. That would be...
Come on, Yuichi. Give Keisuke a break. I don't think he's at a place where he can joke about this kind of thing yet.
Thanks, Yuichi-san.
Somehow implying that you are? Shush. Who? You're the last person I would imagine coming to Keikun's rescue, Shoichi. I'm not that bad. No, Yuichi-san's got a point. Whose side are you on?
Yuichi-san's.
Figures. Now that you mention it, I guess that's true. You two have gotten a bit chummier lately. We're just getting along better. It's not a big deal. It just serves to to further support my alternate universe theory.
The what?
Come on, tell me that it doesn't make sense. I get hit by a car, a classic trope, and when I get out of the hospital, everything is just slightly different than it was. Maybe I got transported to an alternate universe. Like an isekai manga. Dude, that would be the lamest isekai ever. That'd be the lamest isekai ever. Hey, that's what I thought too. I know you're the one who went through it, so we have no right to tell you what you of all people can or can't joke about, but that's some dark humor right there, you man. It's funny, admit it.
We're not some kind of Mandela effect. That would be ridiculous.
That's what it was called. I couldn't remember the name for it.
You're unbelievable.
Come on, it's not that bad. If I can find it funny, then why can't you guys? It's okay, Yuuichi-san. At least you tried. I thought you were about to tell me that my joke was funny. No? I did promise you that I'd be more honest from now on. Get him, Jun-kun. Oh, sure. Now you laugh. Damn straight. By the way, Yuichi-san, you know that song I was playing yesterday? I found a violin accompaniment for it online. I could play it on my phone alongside my piano. Would you like to hear that sometime later? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. That sounds great. Despite that somewhat tense atmosphere always hanging around in the back of our minds, so little by little, I can start to see things going back to normal. Or at least as normal as they can be. They might complain about the dark humor, but my jokes seem to be easing the mood a little. And hey, if a few dark jokes are all it takes to steer the ship back to port, that's a small price to pay. The one thing I do notice is just how perceptive Jun actually is underneath that dorky attitude he has most of the time. Whenever I start feeling uneasy or begin to space out due to bad thoughts, he stealthily rubs my back or brushes his tail against mine underneath the desk. That, or he redirects the conversation to a different subject entirely. Am I having my emotions managed now? Is that really what my life has come to now? I guess it's not terrible, but I never imagined Jun would be the one doing it. He really is dashing all my preconceptions about him one by one, huh? I guess I did sign up for it, didn't I? Finding out a lot of things about Jun that I didn't know, or that I thought I knew but were actually wrong. Is this what dating is like? Now my face is getting all hot again. A few hours later, the sudden feeling of having my cheek poked over and over causes me to wake up from my daydreaming. I shake my head as if I were trying to get rid of drowsiness before looking at the chubby tiger standing up and looming right next to me. Do you need something? You do know that class is over, right? Huh? I quickly take a look around, realizing that most of the chairs are now empty. The few students still hanging around are those known to not be part of any clubs. And they seem to be on their way by now. Yeah, I'll do Material Girl for a little bit. Yeah, I'll do Material Girl for a little bit. Hang on. I gotta get my hair real quick. Hang on. And also take a little drink before I do this. Hang on. Gotta get my hair. Yas, queen, slay. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get dressed for the occasion. Like a ponytail. Yeah, by the way, yeah. Okay, gotta get a ponytail. Alrighty. Got a ponytail going. This is a pain in the ass to do. Because the hair tie that I'm using stretches this much and I've wrapped it around twice. Somewhat loose ponytail. Now get it like that a bit, and there we go. Now let me just
The few students still hanging around are those known to not be part of any clubs, and they seem to be on their way by now. When did that happen?
About 10 minutes ago. I was standing here and waiting for you to notice me, but you kept staring into space.
Are you kidding me? Let me know sooner. Don't just stare next time. Do something.
I did. I poked you until you snapped out of it.
Sooner. Do something sooner. Excuse me, but I don't recall it being my job to keep track of whether or not you're paying attention to class. Gah, I'm still not used to him saying stuff like that. Sorry.
Hang on, let me just...
Notice me, senpai.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. This is what my life has come to. Alright. It's time to go bye-byes. Ah. Alright, hang on, let me get my hair back real quick. No problem. Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Okay. I'm done material girling. Sorry. It's cool. It's scary just how quickly June can change tracks. Is that a dying gremlin just... To go from staring at me so coldly just 5 seconds, and again to flashing a gentle, innocent smile, complete with his tail slowly swishing back and forth behind him. For maybe the first time in my life, I feel like I'm no match for him. Are you heading home now that I'm back in reality? That depends. Depends on what? On whether you want to spend time together, duh. Why do you think I stayed and waited this whole time for you to say something? Oh, really? You want to hang out again? Even though we spent all of yesterday together? Well, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I? We are, isn't it natural for me to want to spend time together? Or do you just like the idea that much? Gah, no, I didn't mean it like that. That's not what I was just surprised. I thought you'd need to spend time practicing today since you didn't get much done recently. Fine on that front. I still have time until my next competition and my set list is already decided. I'm not worried. I'd rather spend time together when we can. Yeah, you're right. I feel the same way. Damn it. Even though he said he wouldn't put on an act to make me find him cute anymore, he's still really cute sometimes. Stupid shy cat with a stupid blushy face and a stupid stuttery voice. Gah! Yuuichi-san, you might want to try keeping that stuff to yourself next time. Just a thought. Wait, did I say that out loud? Not out loud, but yeah. Kill me. It's okay. I'm glad you still find me cute. I promise that wasn't on purpose, though. No, seriously, end me right now. Just put me out of my misery. You better not be thinking of anything bad. I'm not. I swear I'm not. I think. Does asking for someone to kill me count as being bad? I get up from my chair, grabbing my crutches and the rest of my stuff, using that opportunity to hide my embarrassment. So, you want to hang out, right? If that's okay with you. Do you have anything in mind? Nope, I don't really care what we do. I just want to spend time together. Completely improv, huh? Well, if it's up to me, then... Do you mind coming with me? I already had some idea of how I wanted to spend my time after class. If you're okay with those plans, then... Of course! That was easy, at least. June and I walk together, unlike everyone else who walks either right behind me or right in front of me, as if they're expecting to need to catch me at any moment. June walks side by side with me, which is also pretty easy when not only are there few people in the hallways, but the ones who are still around press themselves up against the walls the moment they notice me, like the Red Sea opening up passage. I can't tell whether to be glad or annoyed by the special treatment. At least Yuuichi and Saya stayed true to their word. I didn't see a single sign of them waiting around to help me up or down the stairs. Thankfully, climbing to the roof on my own took a little time, but it wasn't difficult. The roof? Your plan for today was the roof? Yeah. I have to admit, the disappointment on June's face is kind of funny. I wanted to lie down and relax for a bit. You spent most of the day spacing out and ignoring class. How much more relaxed can you get? You don't need to put it like that. It might sound silly, but I haven't come here in a while. I've always liked hanging out here. There's rarely ever anyone else around. The view is nice. It's a great spot for cloud gazing. There's almost always a comfortable breeze. It's a great place to nap. But despite all that, I haven't been able to come here since before the accident. I miss it. This little part of me felt like, how do I put it? Like, if I could come here and relax like I always used to do, maybe it would feel like feel like things are finally back to normal. June's eyes go wide, and the tiger makes some kind of high-pitched, throaty sound that I can't quite describe in words. He immediately looks down at his own feet, his ears twitching as he crosses his arms, rubbing his elbow. Now I feel bad for saying that. It's okay, it's not like you knew my reason. Whoa! Suddenly I am enveloped by massive fluff and fur as June wraps his arms around my neck and buries his face on my shoulder. June? Sorry, I said something mean without thinking. It wasn't that bad, it was a pretty normal reaction. Still, despite me trying to reassure him, June's grip around me only grows tighter. June. The tiger looks up at me for a second, giving me a clear view of his hazelnut eyes and his reddened cheeks. At that moment, I stopped trying to reassure him entirely. All the words escaped me just like that. After holding my gaze for a few seconds, June pushes his face down against my shoulder once again, this time a little more forcefully. I feel a slight twinge for the briefest moment, but the thought of telling him that doesn't even cross my mind. Instead, I gingerly wrap an arm around the tiger and gently rub his back while keeping the other one securely on my crutches to avoid both of us tumbling down to the floor. Not tumbling down to the floor is pretty high in my list of priorities. June rubs the tip of his nose against me and nuzzles my shoulder in silence, his tail swishing back and forth leisurely behind him. It's kind of fun to watch it swishing like that. Sorry, I kinda didn't ask for permission. I didn't ask for permission before trying to kiss you the other day. I figure this makes us equal. That's true. He's so warm. I thought that to myself. The last time we hugged, but June really is warm. And I don't mean just his body. Your heart is going crazy. I can hear it. Yeah, it really is. Is it bad that that makes me happy? Yes, it's terrible. You should be ashamed. Too bad. I'm not. You're unbelievable. I know. June pulls away from me, looking down at the ground with an adorably red face and a coy smile. All hugged out. I could do with some more, but you came here to lie down and relax. There's no point if we're standing around. I don't know. I think this might count as relaxing. No, I don't want you to change your plans because of me. I want you to do what you came here to do. Well, there's just one thing. A thing? What thing? I might not have thought things through. I mean, how am I going to lie down on the floor? It's a bit difficult to do that without bending my knee, especially when I'm on crutches. Oh! Yep. Let it never be said that I am a smart man. Sometimes I really am not a smart man. I'll help you. It's no big deal. Not to be rude, but I don't think you can. Don't look at me like that. I am not that weak. Okay, settle down. There's no need to make a fuss over it. I mean it. Don't look down on me. With a little bit of help from June, not to mention a lot of time, I'm able to lie on the floor on my usual spot, using my bag as a makeshift pillow and June's leg under my knee to keep it in a comfortable position. June, on the other hand, refuses to fully lie down, instead merely sitting up next to me. Are you sure you're cool with this? You can take your bag and lie down too. It's fine. I don't want to lie down. You sure? It can be pretty relaxing. There's a nice breeze and you can look up at the clouds, I know. We stay silent for a little while. I instead do as I always do and watch the clouds going by quietly. I don't care about trying to figure out what shapes they are or check how fast they're moving. I just watch them drift. I'm good with that, focusing on the clouds as they drift. It's oddly soothing. You know? This kind of reminds me of something. Yeah? What's that? I'm pretty sure this is exactly where I was sitting when I confessed to you for the first time. Oh. It's okay, you don't need to feel awkward about it. Have I already mentioned that I'm sorry about the way I reacted that night? Because I really am sorry. You don't have to apologize. I caught you completely by surprise and you weren't ready for it. I was feeling under the weather and I jumped the gun because I wasn't thinking straight. Besides, if anything, the problem we had that night wasn't your reaction. It was your lack of reaction. Oh, so that's what we're doing now. We're picking apart what happened that night. Just being accurate, that's all. You know, cross my eyes and dot my T's. Pretty sure it's the other way around. Oh yeah. You messed the saying up on purpose, didn't you? Did I? Got to hand it to him. He's a lot wittier than he looks. You wouldn't be able to guess just from looking at him that he's this sharp. Granted, he's still an idiot, but he's a sharp idiot. He's my idiot. But you know, all in all, I'm not too broken up about it. About what? The confession? It was tough to go through it, but I can't complain too much. In the end, it did end up bringing me closer to you. All is well that ends well? Something like that. Well, I'm not too broken up about that in specific. Not to say that I'm not broken up, just in a slightly different way. A bit more south, really, around the knee region. Yikes, that joke wouldn't be funny even if it wasn't too soon. The others are right about it being too dark. cross my I's and dot my T's. It's actually cross my T's and dot my I's. I seem to recall you backing me up earlier today. That's different. I've been through something similar. I know we sometimes do or say weird things to cope. I know you're trying to find something about your situation to poke fun at, but don't force yourself so much. There's no point in trying to put everyone else at ease if it comes at the cost of hurting yourself. She really saw right through me to that extent. I told you, I've been around the block once or twice. I suppose. Someone can't get over how different you talk, though. That might be the hardest thing to adjust to for me. Oh, shut up. I don't sound that different. The sound of Jun's laughter is a lot nicer than I thought it'd be. It's weird. When I first noticed how he seemed to have figured out my bluffs, I was anxious about it. Does knowing more about what he's been through really make me that much more at ease with it? I didn't think I'd be able to joke about putting on airs for the others with anyone. Not this easily, at least. It's nice to feel understood. And it's nice to not feel judged. Was it bad? Was what bad? You know, adjusting after you found out about... Actually, never mind. You tried to... of course it was bad. That was a stupid question. I'm really sorry. Forget it. Shh. Settle down. I try sitting up so I can apologize for being insensitive, but Jun places a hand on my chest and gently nudges me down. I know you don't mean anything by it, and I did tell you I'd be honest with you from now on. I don't mind talking about it with you. But, to answer your question, yeah, it was hard. But your situation is really different from mine. I was still a kid, and I got shipped out to a boarding school soon after because my parents thought it'd be best for me to have 24/7 care, even if it meant being separated from my friends and family. Besides, it's a lot harder to make a kid understand why he can no longer see his friends or play sports, or hug his mom when he's scared because she's just too far away. Not to say that I think your situation is any easier than mine was. Please don't take it that way. I'm just saying that it was different. Yeah, I get that. I guess you're right. Jun moves his hand up to my forehead, gently stroking it and running his fingers through my fur. If this were anyone else, I'd tell them to cut it out or I'd push their hand away, but right now, I don't feel like I have that fight in me. Besides, if there's anyone I feel comfortable being touched by right now, it's him. Of course, that doesn't mean I don't know what you're going through. Our situations are pretty different, but I know what it's like not being able to do what you love. I know what it's like being annoyed what everyone around you suddenly starts treating you different. I know what it's like to lie about how you're feeling because telling the truth is just too exhausting. I don't want you to feel like you have to lie about how you're doing. Not to me, at least, so I won't push. I won't hover over you all the time or treat you like I think you're going to break down at any moment. If you feel like you're going to break down or if you feel like you need someone to keep you company, I'll trust that you'll tell me, and I'll be there for you when you need me, but I won't hover. You're not some little kid. I know you can take care of yourself. You know what you need better than anyone else. Okay? Yuichi-kun? No, yeah, of course. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I've been thinking this whole time. Jun really did catch on to how I was feeling about this whole thing. No wonder he's been giving me space lately. A tightness forms on my chest as a newfound sense of appreciation for this sweet, silly tiger begins to stir inside. Thank you. You're welcome. I feel a tension I didn't even know I had around the back of my neck and my shoulders begin to ease up ever so slightly. Jun and I continue to sit and relax, quietly enjoying each other's company. Little by little, I can tell that we are becoming closer. A few hours later, when it finally became time for me to go home, I called a taxi to pick me up by the school gates. Jun stuck around and waited with me the entire time, and I, for one, appreciated his company. In fact, even though I know I'll see him tomorrow, a little part of me felt sad to be leaving. But I know Mom would worry if I stayed out too late, especially now that I have no reason to still be at school after class. I'm home. I announce my presence as soon as I arrive. Quickly dropping my bag by the couch and taking a seat. I might not spend that much time on my feet, but these crutches are for sure wrecking my hands. Having to put so much weight on them is making my hands feel really stiff and sore. Riding during class has become a bother now because of it. Hopefully I'll adjust soon and they'll stop hurting. Or maybe I'll be able to walk normally again even. I can dream. I guess Mom might be in her room. If she were downstairs, she'd have responded by now. I could go up to my room and get changed, but I know I was the one that told Shoichi and Saya wouldn't need help with the stairs after class. Maybe I should have accounted for going up on the roof before I said that. My hands are sore, my good foot hurts, my shoulders are stiff. I'm wiped. I think I'll just lie down here for a bit and get some rest. Thank God we have a comfortable couch. Maybe I'll take a look at my notes later. I have to catch up on the stuff I missed while I was away. And maybe I could swing by the tennis club tomorrow to see how they're handling the transition. Ugh, I hate this. My body is tired, but I've done so much nothing the past few weeks that my mind can't rest. I haven't been sleeping well, and I'm constantly trying to distract myself because of it. I thought things would be better now since I was able to relax so well this afternoon without thinking of anything. What the hell? Why can't I do it again? Come on, a way to relax. Maybe some breathing exercises? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, this is supposed to be a breathing exercise. When did it turn into counting? Ugh, whatever. Either way works. Just relax. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. Thank God! The sound of someone knocking on our front door echoes unannounced, and I immediately celebrate the appearance of an unexpected distraction. 1 second. I quickly unlock and open the door, checking to see who it is that had shown up just now. I'm greeted by the sight of my childhood friend standing at my front door, still in a school uniform. Yuuichi? Hey, what are you doing here? I tried calling, but you didn't pick up your phone. I just wanted to, check up on you and talk about something, you know, vis-a-vis. Visa what? In person. It means I wanted to check in on you in person. That's a weird way to say it. It's French. Keisuke taught it to me. Why is Keisuke teaching you French? Are you getting lessons from him now? What? No, he used it in a sentence and I asked him what it meant. Why do I ever take French lessons? Don't be obtuse. How am I being obtuse? You're the one who said he taught you French. I'll ask again. Why are you here? Yeah, I was on my way home and decided to take a quick detour to check if you were already home, see if everything was alright. We just saw each other a few hours ago at lunchtime. You know how I'm doing. I guess? Yuuichi does the fakest, most awkward laugh I've ever seen while rubbing the back of his neck. Even to this day, he doesn't know how much of a dead giveaway it is when he does that. Ugh, do you want to come in? Oh, wow, okay, I'll come inside. Don't act so happy about it. Sarcasm isn't helping you any, mister. I let Yuuichi step inside, waiting for him to take off his shoes and leave them at the entrance before he follows behind me. As we're walking to the living room, I feel him place a hand on my lower back, almost like he's trying to give me support. You don't need to do that. Huh? I can walk just fine. I don't need you holding me steady. Take your hand off my back. Oh, sorry. Yuuichi quickly pulls away, standing frozen for a brief second at my response, giving me enough time to put a little distance between us. It might be petty, I know why he's doing it, and I've been mostly putting up with it so far, but for some reason, it rubbed me just a little worse than usual this time. Have a seat. I plop myself down on the couch, neatly placing my crutches off to the side where they're out of the way, but easily reached for when I need to get up. I've been using them so much these past few days that keeping track of where they are at all times and leaving them in places where I can get to them has become a habit. I don't know whether I like that or not. Yeah, thanks. I can tell from his face that he's probably a little tender from the way I talked to him just now, making me feel a little bit bad. But I also know that if I apologize for snapping, he'll just keep doing it. So, what brings you here? I already said, I just decided to drop by to check if you were already home. I got home just a few minutes before you showed up, as I'm sure you can tell, since I haven't changed or anything. I figured, do you need help with— Yuuichi. Okay, sorry, I'll shut up. I know you like to help, which is why I've been mostly biting my tongue so far, but seriously, man? Well, is there anything in particular you wanted to check up on? Not really. Like I said, I just wanted to see how you were doing. Yeah, I know. We just saw each other at lunch. I know how you're doing. You already said that. I meant other than that. I didn't help you get home like I did yesterday, so I got a bit antsy. Something like that. I'm fine. Going up and down the stairs isn't that bad. Maybe if it were something else, it might have been more of an issue. But I have strong core muscles and I'm in tip-top shape. Recovery is going to be as well as can be. You can stop hovering. I guess. For my sake, I better not mention how exhausted and sore I'm feeling from using the crutches so often lately. That would probably serve as an invitation for him to be even more annoying than he's already being. What did you do today? You said you only got home a few minutes ago, so you must have stayed late at school. I hung out with June. No need to mention the roof. He'd probably blow a gasket if you knew. What? You went on the roof on your own? You went on the roof on your own? What if something bad had happened and blah blah blah? You two have been getting pretty close lately, huh? What? I guess. What makes you say that? I can more or less tell. You two have been acting chummier lately. So do you and him, and you and Keisuke for that matter. That's... a lot happened while you were away. I guess I got closer to both of them. No kidding. You've known Keisuke for over a year, but you've only now got on a first-name basis with him. That's an entirely different matter altogether. Oh, do tell. Great. This way I can get the focus of this conversation away from myself. He just happened to be there for me, that's all. Oh, you needed someone to be there for you. Of course I did. My best friend got hit by a car. You think I was doing just fine? Oh, fair enough. I guess that was a bit of a mean thing to joke about. What about you and June? Oh god, what's with his face? That's the second time he makes that face. I've never seen him make that face before. Are lips even supposed to bend that way? Yes? We might have had a slight disagreement when you were, you know, what kind of disagreement? The, harsh kind. How harsh? That's, what did you do? Shoichi! Look, if this involved just me, I'd be all for telling you, but I don't want to break June's confidence too, so I scoot over on my seat, leaning in closer until my face is just a palm away from Shoichi's, narrowing my eyes as I stare him down. What did you do? Boy, you sure are quite close to me. What did you do? Because if you heard him, then I swear to God, I didn't! I swear I didn't. Then start talking. Is there any chance you'd reconsider? Right now, the only thing I'm considering is whether to crush your nutsack with my crutches. Now spill. Oh, God. Okay, I'll talk. Can you just back off, like, way off? Good choice. Holy crap, I'm pretty sure I could see my grandma waving at me from the other side. So, what the hell happened? What exactly does a harsh disagreement mean? I got mad, okay? When we went to the hospital and we didn't know what had happened, and he kept going on about how it was his fault, and... Hiya. I saw red, and I kind of pinned him against a wall. You did what? But that's all I did. Honest, I mean, there may have also been some yelling, but that's all there is to it. Yuuichi and I are making the same face right now. Yuuichi and I are twinning right now. Wrong thing. Yuuichi? 1, 2, 3. What are you doing? Breathing exercise to keep myself from reaching down and twisting your nuts off. There's no need for that. I already apologized multiple times, in fact. That's how we bonded. You bonded over you throwing my boyfriend against a wall? Kinda. At first it was pretty... Wait, you're what? Huh? I mean, he... In just a single second, realization hits me like a bag of bricks and my brain shorts entirely. I told Shoichi way long ago that June had confessed to me, but me agreeing to date him is such a new development that it hadn't come up yet. This is not how I wanted it to come out. You guys are dating now? I expect him to flip. I expect him to have a million questions. I expect him to be confused. Oh, thank God. I did not expect him to sign relief. Huh? What? Did you just sigh? Yeah, I sighed. I was trying so hard to keep all hush-hush and pretending like I didn't know what was going on. You have any idea how hard it is for me to keep a secret? I had sweat running down my butt cheeks. My butt cheeks. Yuuichi. 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 He had sweat running down his fucking ass cheeks, Yuuichi. Sweat down his ass cheeks. Ah. He had sweat running down his ass cheeks. Yuuichi. Sweat running down his ass cheeks. Gross. I didn't need to know that. And what's this about you keeping it hush-hush? Jun-kun told me he was going to confess to you again soon after you got out of the hospital. That he was going to come clean about a lot of things, so I'm assuming that since you two are dating now, that means you already had that talk. Wait, you know about that? How much do you know? Enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back up. What is he even talking about here? Does he mean about Jun's heart, or about Jun's scars? Or what does he mean? Stop looking at me like that. Like what? Like your brain is rebooting. You have this really dumb look on your face. Excuse you? This is just my face. What did Jun tell you? I'm assuming the same things that he told you. About his medical condition, how he'd been playing up a character to get us to like him, about how he liked you so much that he wanted to win you over even if that meant he was stepping on my toes. Wait. What? The first two things I get, but mind blown that you know about them. But I get it. What's that third one about? Oh, yeah, I guess he wouldn't have told you that one, huh? Since that one involves me. What do you mean it involves you? How do you have any involvement whatsoever in this story? Jesus Christ, my brain hurts so much right now. That's the reason I was so angry at him, Yuuichi. I've had feelings for you for the longest time. What? Honestly, the fact that you never caught on to it is surprising. Shocking, really. But what do you mean you had feelings for me? Like, in a brotherly feelings kind of way? No, like in a madly in love with my childhood best friend kind of way. I don't follow. Yes, you do. You're not that stupid. Shoichi, Jun, but... Huh? But Shoichi, I am... you... It's okay, you don't have to turn me down. I'm over you. You are? Or, well, at least that's what I'd like to say, truth be told. I'll think it'll be a while before I can truly move on. But... when I got angry at Jun-kun, it brought a lot of the stuff I'd been bottling up to the surface. I spent years telling myself that if only you were into guys, we would surely end up together. So when you told us that you'd been confessed to and you were actually considering it, and it was for a guy other than me, that shook me. I took a lot of my frustration out on Jun-kun, and he didn't deserve that, but it helped. I felt like he was taking you away from me, like I deserved you since I'd been by your side this whole time, that if you're going to be into guys, then you should be with me. It's pretty pathetic to say it out loud, and obviously not something I should ever be thinking about. Not about you, or about anyone else for that matter. But it helped. I could tell recently that you and Jun-kun were obviously getting closer. And while at first I was jealous, after it all got out, I felt light. Feels really stupid to say, but I felt better. Saying it out loud, confronting it, admitting to myself that you and I wouldn't be a couple no matter what, felt like it could be a first step. I've had feelings for you for years, but never until now did I feel like I could start moving on. Hiya. Of course, none of that is an excuse for what I said to Jun-kun. I said some really messed up stuff to him, and I've apologized over and over again about it. That is not the kind of person I want to be, ever. And for his part, he started confiding in me. It was awkward at first, but we talked. About me, about him, about you, and about how we both fell for you. That kind of thing. I might have given some encouragement, but really weird to do at the time. But I thought it was the right thing to do. Give my permission? Actually, no, that sounds horrible. It's not like he needs my permission. Forget I said that. Ha ha ha. Hello? Earth to Yuuichi? I'm spilling out my heart here. The least you can do is say something. Anything. Terrible something. Try again. I don't know, man. That's a lot of information to absorb all at once. Shoichi had, and he told Jun that, and Jun told him about, and they both bonded over. My brain hurts. I don't blame you for that. I wasn't sure if he told you any of that, so I was doing my best to keep my mouth shut, at least until he gave me the all clear. Dumbass little twerp. The least he could have done is let me know he had the talk with you so I could stop worrying that I'm going to say something I shouldn't every time I talk to you. I don't even know how to begin unpacking that.
Emotional damage.
That Shoichi knew about Jun's condition was already surprising enough for me, but this... I don't even know how to deal with this. Why didn't you tell me? What? About my feelings? Yeah. Sure. Hey, Yuuichi, guess what? I know we're both guys, but truth be told, I'm madly in love with you and I've been for years. How about we walk into the sunset together and you become my lover? I am sure that conversation would have gone supremely well. You could have left out the part about the sunset. Not the point. Obviously, I didn't want to risk our friendship by letting you know I was in love with you, you dumbass. Especially when I had no indication that you were even interested in men. I can imagine that, yeah. I don't think I would have taken that well. Hell, I'm not taking it well now. Granted, the shock is somewhat past. I'm mostly just speechless from the enormity of this revelation. How did I never realize this? I don't know. Jun-kun did, so did Saya-chan. Even Keisuke had his suspicions. They what? Yeah, yo, what? Oh, okay. They what? I'm not exactly known for being a good liar. You know that. But, congratulations? I mean, I guess that's what you're supposed to say when your friend starts dating. I'm not very good at this. For reasons that should be pretty obvious to you now. Thanks? Just do us all a favor. Don't do to Jun-kun what you did to your girlfriends. I won't. Good, because he's been hurt enough during his life, he doesn't need more of it. That's... wow, I don't even know how to process all of this, but a small part of me is kind of happy to hear Yuuichi say it. You tell me that you have feelings for me, but you're still telling me to make someone else happy? Yeah, Jun-kun is my friend. I want him to be happy. Besides, like I said, I'm moving on, like an adult. Also, you mentioned that Keisuke and I are closer now. Part of that is because my yelling at Jun was pretty public. He heard all of it, and instead of lecturing me or yelling at me or taking my frustration out on Jun, he pulled me aside and tried to make sure I was okay. Saya-chan had always been my support person over the last few years. She knew about my feelings for you and she comforted me when I was upset or struggling with it, but even she didn't immediately jump to look out for me. She stuck with Jun-kun to make sure that he was okay. And yeah, sure, I was one in the wrong in that situation. I deserved to be ignored while people focused on making sure I didn't hurt Jun and that he was doing okay. But Keisuke still focused on taking care of me first. It's not easy to have sympathy for the person that's in the wrong, but he still did. Kinda hard to not bond after that, don't you think? Yeah, that is fair. I can totally see how that would be a bonding experience. Good one, Keikun. I guess you and Saya were putting out fires everywhere while I was away. I really need to thank the both of them later. After that, we just kept talking. Keisuke is a pretty good listener, it turns out. I mean, yeah, you would have known that if you two weren't constantly bickering. Give me a break. There was something about the guy that rubbed me the wrong way before now. You always said that you two were good friends despite the bickering. Okay, there was something about my friend that rubbed me the wrong way before now. How so? I don't know. I just felt a constant desire to beat him and prove him wrong whenever he opened his mouth. It's doomed. Any potential friendship between these two is doomed. I don't feel that way anymore. Please stop glaring at me. Uh-huh. Does it help if I say that we both found it fun being at each other's throats? That depends. Is that actually true? Yes, we both laughed a few times about how funny it was to fight and call each other names. What is wrong with you two? What factory did the two of you come from, and how did quality control let you through when you're both clearly defective? There's got to be a screw loose somewhere I can't. Hey, don't knock until you try it. Playful banter and insults can be fun. Sure, you're only forgetting the fact that your banter until now was missing the playful part. Now, it was plenty playful enough. Keisuke and I talked about it a few times these past few weeks, and we're both in agreement on it. I swear to God, I'm going to grab both your heads and knock them together kindergarten style until we both find the good sense that the Lord gave you. I don't even know where to start. There's so much wrong with everything you've said so far. You're just jealous. What could I possibly be jealous about? That I might start spending less time with you in the future? Get over yourself. Oh, ouch. That hurts so much. I don't know how I'll ever be able to go on. I sigh, covering my face with both hands and rubbing the bridge of my nose, all in one single exaggerated motion. It's enough to make Yuuichi snort, covering his mouth with a hand in an attempt to stifle the sound. I guess I'll just have to learn how to live with the fact that my best friend won't be around anymore. I knew there would come a day when we would have to go our separate ways. Hey, yo. Come in. Damn straight. Yeah. This whole conversation is so ridiculous that even these silly, weird jokes both make us burst into laughter. I don't even know why we're laughing, but for some reason, Yuuichi and I can't seem to stop. Both laugh until my chest starts to hurt and I'm struggling to catch my breath. It somehow feels like relief. We're gonna leave off here tonight.
Apparently, Star is by herself.
Okay, hold up. Okay. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.